The night was dark and foreboding as John ventured into the depths of a remote cave. He had always been fascinated by the mysteries hidden beneath the Earth's surface, and this cave, rumored to be uncharted, called out to him, armed with a backpack filled with supplies, a flashlight, and his trusty smartphone. He stepped cautiously into the yawning abyss. The cave was eerily quiet, and the only sound that echoed was the crunching of gravel beneath his boots. The narrow tunnel twisted and turned, making it nearly impossible to find his way back without the guidance of his phone's GPS. Hours passed as he ventured deeper into the cave, discovering strange rock formations and underground streams that glittered like liquid silver in the beam of his flashlight. John's excitement soon gave way to unease. He realized that he had been wandering deeper into the cave without paying much attention to his surroundings. He reached for his smartphone to check the time and get his bearings, but his heart sank as he realized it was missing. Panic began to set in as he retraced his steps, desperately searching for the lost device, but it was nowhere to be found. With his only source of light and communication gone, John felt a rising sense of isolation. He had no choice but to press forward, hoping to find his way out of the cave and back to civilization. But as he ventured deeper into the darkness, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. Suddenly, a chilling whisper echoed through the cave, sending shivers down John's spine. "You shouldn't have come here," the voice hissed. He spun around, shining his flashlight in every direction. But there was no one in sight. He called out, "Who's there?" But the only response was the distant sound of dripping water. Fear gnawed at John's insides as he continued to move through the cave, his flashlight trembling in his trembling hand. The whispered warnings grew louder, more menacing, and he began to hear eerie laughter echoing off the walls. The darkness seemed to come alive with unseen threats, and John's every step was fraught with dread. Hours turned into an agonizing night as John's ordeal continued. He stumbled upon a chamber deep within the cave, its walls adorned with disturbing drawings of twisted faces and grotesque figures. In the center of the chamber lay a makeshift bed, and the realization struck him like a bolt of lightning. Someone had been living here, deep within the bowels of the earth. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, its face hidden beneath a grotesque mask. The man was clad in tattered clothes and held a gleaming knife in his hand. He stepped closer to John, his movements slow and deliberate. "You're not supposed to be here," he growled, his voice a sinister whisper. John's heart pounded in his chest as he tried to back away. But there was no escape. The serial killer, a deranged hermit of the cave, had been lurking in the darkness, hunting anyone who dared to enter his domain. John's flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced across the killer's menacing face. Desperation coursed through John's veins as he realized that his only chance of survival lay in outwitting this madman. He mustered every ounce of courage and lunged at the killer, knocking the knife from his hand. A vicious struggle ensued in the pitch-black chamber, with John fighting for his life. Finally, with a burst of adrenaline-fueled strength, John managed to overpower the killer, sending him crashing to the ground. Gasping for breath, he retrieved the knife and, with trembling hands, called for help using the killer's own phone. The authorities were on their way, but John knew he couldn't wait. Summoning all his remaining strength, he navigated the labyrinthine cave, guided by the eerie drawings on the walls. After what felt like an eternity, he emerged into the moonlit night, covered in dirt and blood. The distant wail of sirens reached his ears, and he knew he had escaped the clutches of the serial killer. John's harrowing tale of survival sent shockwaves through the world, and the cave was sealed off forever, becoming a haunting reminder of the horrors that lurked in the depths of the earth. But John would forever carry the scars of that fateful night, a nightmarish experience that would haunt his dreams for the rest of his life.